Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manaswini Padhy, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So here I am covering your marketing portion. In my previous video lecture, I have discussed a lot of things regarding marketing. In my recent video, I have discussed about a part which is called consumer behavior. Okay. So in that part, I have discussed the features of consumer behavior, meaning, concept and importance of consumer behavior. In my today's video lecture, I am going to cover the factors which affect the consumer behavior. So, I have already told this to you that studying consumer behavior is very important because without understanding the need, preference and demand of the consumer, we cannot produce things. If we produce the things which are not up to the mark, then we won't get our product sold. Okay, so understanding consumer behavior is very important and there are certain factors which affect the consumer behavior. The factors are like purchasing power, role and status and income, ability to purchase, etc. So we will discuss the factors one by one. So let's start with today's video lecture. So the new empowered customer of today, being young, educated, display a complex buying behavior. Nowadays, customers do not purchase goods and services for the heck of only purchasing. They don't take hasty decisions. Obviously, nowadays the buying behavior of consumers is getting very much complex in nature. So, this is very important to study the buying behavior, studying the consumer behavior so that the proper products can be produced and those can be sold. Okay. Nowadays, consumers are not purchasing because they need that particular product. They are not taking any kind of hasty decisions. They are thinking a lot before purchasing a particular product. So, there are different factors which influence the consumer behavior. So, however, buying behavior is influenced by many controllable and uncontrollable factors such as social factors, cultural factors, personal factors and psychological factors. There are two types of factors basically which influence the buying behavior. First one is the controllable factors and other one is the uncontrollable factor. So, there are four types of factors like social, cultural, personal and psychological. We will discuss this one by one. So, these factors have to be analyzed carefully while understanding the complex buying behavior. So, in order to understand the buying behavior of the consumer, understanding these four factors are very important for a marketer. Those factors are social, cultural, personal and psychological. Let us discuss these factors one by one. So, under cultural factors, there are three sub-points, that is culture, subculture and social class. Similarly, under social factors, there are 3 points: reference group, family, role and status. Third one is our personal factors. Under personal factors, we have 4 sub-points like age and stage of life cycle, occupation of the particular consumer, economic circumstances, lifestyle and personality and self-concept of the particular consumer. Fourth one is our psychological factors which is related to psychology of the consumer. Here the points included are motivation, perception, learning, belief and attitude. Okay, so we will discuss these points one by one. So first one is the cultural factors. Under that the first point is culture. Let us understand what is culture. Culture is one of the most influential determinants of buying behavior. Every child grows up in a family learning set of values, perceptions, preferences, customs, traditions and norms of society. So, some of the prominent cultural shifts that we can see today across the globe are health consciousness, increase in double income household, leisure time, informal lifestyle, etc. So, what is culture? Culture is one of the most important factor which affects the decisions of a human being. Every person gets influenced from his family members, from his or her culture. Okay, so nowadays different kind of evolutions in culture is being taking place. So according to that, consumer behavior is also getting changed. So that is what I have discussed, that some prominent cultural shifts are being going on. So those shifts we can also classify that. First one is the health consciousness. Obviously we all know in today's day, in nowadays, people, consumers are being health conscious, they are trying to be fit, they are going to gym, they are doing exercises, they are doing yoga, and they are eating diet food, herbal food, organic food, etc. Okay, so according to this, as the consumer base is health conscious, so we have to produce the things according to their need. We cannot produce things with a lot of oil in there, with a lot of spices. If we produce such kind of things, then products will not get sold because the consumers are health conscious. Okay. Similarly, the second point under the evolution of culture is our increase in double income household. Obviously, nowadays maximum families have double income, both husband and wife are earning. Okay, so obviously the income is getting more. Okay, similarly, if the income is getting higher, then they will also expand higher. Okay, so obviously as the family sizes are decreasing, number of nuclear families are increasing, and the double income is increasing in every household. So according to that, every person is maintaining a status, and according to that they are producing products. Okay, so this is the double income factor. Third one is the leisure time. Obviously, if both person in a couple are working, and after that they got a leisure time, so they will want to go for a vacation to somewhere. So this leisure time has evolved some shopping sites like Amazon, Flipkart, etc., and they are also willing to go for a vacation booking under makemytrip.com, etc. Okay, so leisure time is very important factor in understanding which influences the consumer behavior. Fourth one is the informal lifestyle. Everybody in today's arena is willing to maintain an informal lifestyle, is wanting to create own lifestyle. Okay, so these are the factors which are under culture. Cultural evolutions are taking place, and so as the manufacturer has to understand what a consumer want, what are his needs, and according to that the product should be made, so that the product will get sold. Otherwise, product will be made, product will be produced, but that won't get sold. So this is the culture factor. Next one, under cultural factor, first point was culture and second one is the subculture. So each culture is divided into different smaller groups known as subculture that are homogeneous in relation to certain customs and ways of behavior. So a subculture is that particular thing which comes under culture. In a particular culture, if we take it to consideration, there is a certain area on which I am focusing. So they have a similar culture, but under that there are different kind of subcultures are available that are homogeneous in relation to certain customs. So we will understand this through an example. For example, religion is a subcultural category having different variations in it, like Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Jains, Parsi, etc. So for example, if I am targeting a particular area and I am going to provide them with the textile materials, okay, so I have to understand their culture as well as subculture. So there are different kind of subcultural categories available having different variations, like there may be Hindus are there, Muslims are there, Sikhs are there, Christians are there, Jains are there, Parsis will be there, etc. Similarly, age is also a subcultural category having different kind of variations, like old age people, young age people, teen aged people and middle aged people. So according to these categories, I have to produce things. The persons of old age will not prefer the same thing as the persons of middle aged. Okay, so these are the subcultural factors. Next one is the social class. This is the third point under the cultural factors. Obviously, buying behavior is highly influenced by the social class to which a person belongs. Obviously, if I am belonging to a higher class family, I will obviously purchase branded products to show my social class. Okay, so homes, clothes, cars, jewelries, etc. are interested indicators of the possessions of a particular class. If I belong to a higher class, then I will purchase a huge amount of jewelry, luxurious cars, branded clothes, etc. Okay, so these things are the indicators of possessions of a particular class. So this is the cultural factor, and these are the 3 points under cultural factors, that is culture, subculture and social class. After cultural factors, we will come to social factors. Under social factors, obviously as the name suggests, these social factors includes the society. So under social factors, our first point is reference group. And individuals' reference groups are those groups that have direct or indirect influence on the individual's attitude or buying behavior. The reference groups can be family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, social organizations, etc. So under social factors, there is a first point that is called reference group. What do we mean by reference group? If I am willing to purchase a mobile phone, before purchasing mobile phone, I will seek suggestions from my reference group. My reference group consists of my family, my friends, my colleagues, my social organization, the area in which I am living, etc. So these are the reference groups which have direct and indirect impact on the consumer behavior. Some people will say that purchase the product A, some people will say that purchase the product B. So I have to collect all the information, and after that I have to decide which product I am going to purchase. So reference group has a huge impact on the purchasing behavior or the buying behavior of the consumer. Second one is the family. Obviously, family is one of the most important social factors which influences consumers' buying behavior, as maximum time of our life is being spent in a family. Obviously, maximum time of our lives is being spent in our family. So, family is one of the most important factors which influences the consumer buying behavior. The person learns of the family's purchasing pattern right from his or her childhood. For example, obviously here some example are given. Selection of diverse products and services such as washing powders, tea or coffee, banking services, etc. seem to be greatly influenced by family norms. So family has a greater impact on the consumer behavior. For example, my ancestors, my father, his father and his father is using the banking services from State Bank of India. So since childhood, I have seen that they are being connected with SBI. So in my mind, I have clear picture that whenever I am going to open an account or whenever I am going to do something with banking services, I will go to State Bank of India. Okay. Similarly, if my mother, her mother and her mother is using Tata Tea, so I will definitely purchase Tata Tea because I have a clear picture that the best brand tea is the Tata Tea. Obviously. So family of a consumer has a great impact on the consumer behavioral patterns. Next one is the personal factors, that is the age and stage of life cycle. People's choice of goods and services changes over a lifetime as choice of food, clothing and recreation activities are age related. We can see in our homes that junk food is more enjoyed by kids than parents and grandparents. Obviously, if there is a certain age to consume something, okay, the food which are being used by kids will not be used by our grandparents. Okay, so understanding the age and the stage of life cycle is very important for the marketers so that they can make the consumers available with the right kind of product. Next one is the economic circumstances. Economic circumstances of a person which are depicted by his regular income, savings and liquid assets he possesses affects his purchasing power and ultimately his choice of buying. So economic circumstances, what does it mean? I was earning 50,000 a month, the thing I used to purchase, I will not purchase that particular thing when I earn 50,000 per month. Okay, so economic circumstances included the salary, the budget, the investment of the particular consumer. If that consumer is earning a more amount, then he will purchase better quality products. Okay, so this is the point which is economic circumstances. So for example, keeping into consideration purchasing powers and in order to attract people with varied income, marketers have introduced wide range of products, cheap, high priced, small, big packs, etc. So obviously if we take into consideration toothpaste, that Not only 200 grams of packets are there, 50 grams packets are also there, 100 gram packets are also there, and even pouches are there. Okay, so this has been made keeping into consideration the purchasing powers. So the consumers having more purchasing power or more family members in their family, they will purchase big packs. The people having less purchasing power will purchase the pouches. Okay, so marketers produced wide range of products of different categories: cheap, high priced, small, big packs, etc. So next we will come to the psychological factors. Under psychological factors, first one is the motivation. What do you mean by motivation? Motivation is the driving force within individuals that impels them to action. This driving force is produced by a state of tensions which exists as a result of an unfulfilled needs. Marketers make consumers aware of their unfelt and unfulfilled needs. So what do you mean by motivation? Motivation is the intrinsic or extrinsic force which encourages a person to purchase something or to do something. Okay. So motivation is a very important factor which determines the consumer behavior. Marketers try to motivate the consumer towards purchasing that particular product. Even if I am not realizing that I need this particular product, marketers through their promotional strategies, they can inject that particular thinking in my mind that yes, if I will be having this particular product, then my life will be easier. Okay, so this is what motivation is, which compels a consumer to purchase a product. This is the duty of the marketer to motivate or encourage or persuade the consumer towards buying the particular product. Next one is perception. Perception is defined as the process by which an individual selects, organizes and interprets events happening in the environment into a meaningful picture of the world. So what is perception? In perception, I will see a lot of things, I will select a lot of things, and among that lot of things, I will purchase one thing. Okay. So this is what perception. In this, the individual selects the stimuli, organizes the stimuli and interprets the event which is happening in the environment. Okay. So we will understand this perception through an example. For example, if a consumer need at a particular point of time is to purchase a traveling bag, his mind will be ready to receive only those stimuli, or he will choose to see only advertisements of luggage. Obviously, we can think our example, if I am thinking in my mind that I want a dress of red color, then whenever I will go to shop a particular thing, I will see red color things. I will only see red color clothes, because that is in my mind that I want to purchase a cloth of red color. So this is what perception is. Last one is the learning, the process by which persons acquire the purchase and consumption knowledge and experience which they apply to future related behavior is called consumer learning. In today's world, consumers are getting more educated and they are learning a lot of things. They are not purchasing things arbitrarily. They are doing a lot of research before purchasing things. Okay. So learning is the process by which persons acquire purchase and consumption knowledge and they apply this in their future to purchase things. This is what learning is. So I hope you have understood the consumer behavior. I discussed the factors which affect the consumer behavior like social factors, psychological factors, emotional factors, family factors, etc. So I hope you understood this. If you didn't get something, you can ask me in the comment box. I will clear your doubts. Thank you for watching.